if you look at the impact on markets, so first of all, I would put it in three groups: the political impacts, the impact on financial markets in general, and then finally derivatives. If you look at it like that, what are the impacts on those different things? Politically, it's very damaging. Severely damages the government. The Prime Minister's announced she won't stand at the next election anyway, so her job is to get this delivered. And it's difficult for her because she wasn't particularly a Brexit-focused person, and she got the job when Cameron had to resign after that all went wrong. So you've been in an environment where the government negotiators negotiating for leaving, many of them didn't really believe in it, and they've wasted 2 or 3 years. This is the problem. This is what the public can't understand, is why has it taken so long to get here? We haven't got these agreements. Of course, a lot of it will come to the last minute, brinkmanship and negotiation. But I think essentially the political structure is very, very unstable now. You know, you've got a fractured opposition party, you've got a fractured government. UK will be okay in 5 years' time, I'm sure. But in the short term, the political is a mess. Secondly, the impact on financial markets. London, the centre of financial markets for Europe. Reports have come out recently showing the impact of something like 275 firms have set up operations in the EU outside of the UK. Assets, banking assets of $800 billion have moved into Europe. That's 10% of the banking asset base in the UK. The impact on the number of jobs is relatively slow at the moment because people have slow walked it. And before this year, people had extremely slow walked it, thinking it won't happen or it'll happen slowly. Every board of every company said, what's your plan? What's plan B if this happens? And so recently there's been an acceleration in the pressure on jobs, structure, entities. Everybody set up entities in the EU to avoid being cut out. Now, what does cut out mean? It means that you probably have to pay tariffs and fees on services provided from the UK into Europe. So for the City of London as a whole, it's damaging. The damage has already been done. I don't think it will all come back. If we have an orderly exit, it won't all come back. For every job that's lost in the city, you've got the taxi driver, the sandwich guy, the lawyers, the accountants. The knock-on effect of reducing staff in a centre in the UK has a massive impact. So for financial markets in general, it's damaging. I still think UK will be the centre. Legal system, accounting system, labour laws, etc., all still make it, the English language, still make it the preeminent centre. But it's been damaged, no doubt. And I'm afraid the government is not strong enough at the moment to really look at it and look at the importance of financial markets to the UK, which is enormous and damaged because of this. Finally, in derivatives, big concerns about clearinghouses and whether they would be able to operate across the border, the new border if you want to. And I think the regulators have been very responsible here. So politicians pretty irresponsible in my opinion. Regulators really doing a great job because they've put in measures, if it's a hard Brexit, not a hard Brexit. They've extended the time for transition. They've made it as easy as possible because they know now the importance of central counterparties to the listed derivatives world, and they don't want to mess with that. So they've behaved pretty well. They've also allowed the exchanges room to carry on doing their business. So on day one, there'll be less impact than you might think. And actually the derivatives market itself with the listed exchanges will operate under a transition, and then if there is a separation in the way we've been discussing, we'll be able to apply for certain rules to be applied. And I think also the European rules and UK rules won't differ that much. Some people think, oh, when the UK leaves, the UK is going to have a whole set of rules itself. Well, the UK policymakers at the FCA and Bank of England were largely behind a lot of the rules to start with because they were the subject matter experts. So they're hardly going to pull it all apart. So I think the derivatives market is in reasonable shape, still has lots of challenges, but the regulators have behaved really well. Central banks are ready to step in and make things smooth. So I don't expect market disruption. Financial markets as a whole, some issues, and politics, what a mess.